All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly marketing and mindset training call. My name is Teresa Swendra. I am a National Sales Director here on the Freedom at Home team. I've been on the Freedom at Home team for just over 5 years now. I love this team. I love you guys. I love coming and sharing and teaching you guys marketing. Excuse me, but I love what I do. And you really, you got to make your business fun. That's really what it comes down to. We work from home, and one of the biggest things that I hear from a lot of my friends and family is, well, you work from home, it must be so easy, or do you get bored? Well, I don't get bored, and it's not as easy as some may think that it is. There's a lot that we do, and sometimes, at the end of the day, I sit down and I think, boy, I did a lot today, and I go back over everything I did and wonder how I did it all. But we managed to get it all done and have fun doing it at the same time. And the purpose of this training call is marketing, and we talk about different lead generation strategies, lead generation tips, designed to help you to have your inbox full of leads and your phone ringing off the hook. We've done a lot of different topics on this training call. We've done free leads, free classifieds, job boards, work at home sites, mom sites, social networking. We've done a lot. All of these training calls are recorded. You can find them on the Marketing and Mindset Training website, which is www.apmarketing101.info. www.apmarketing101.info. INFO. And if you click on recorded calls / webinars, you'll see all of the training calls that we have done are all listed in there. And you're welcome to go back and watch any of them, listen to them, share them with your team. And there's a lot of other useful information on that site as well. Today's topic is something we've never done, believe it or not. We've never talked about this topic on this training call. So I'm excited to share with you. And actually what I'm going to do, this topic is actually inspired by one of the leaders on our team, Christy DeGraw. She's our MVP on our team. Last week, she did a social networking on Twitter, and she shared 10 steps on how to work your business and use Twitter. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, and I'm calling this Twitter 101. And I'm going to take those steps and put them into a visual so that you guys can see exactly how to set up a Twitter and then how to use it. And I'm going to keep it simple. We may make this a 2-part training call because I don't want to overload you too much, because Twitter is advanced and it can be kind of confusing. But there is a lot of different things that you can do to build your Twitter. And you can also use Twitter right alongside of Facebook, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I think with just getting started today, we'll go through and I'll show you how to set up your Twitter, how to make sure your profile is the way that you want it, your picture, all of that, and I'll show you some basic things that you can do to get started. And then next week we'll go in and we'll do a refresher, but we'll jump into some more advanced things and then really show you how to work it, just to keep it simple and not overload you too much. And of course, at the end, I will open up the line and answer all of your questions. So let's go ahead and get started. And let me jump over here to Twitter. Twitter is just twitter.com. In case you're not familiar with it, it's super easy to find. Just go to www.twitter.com. And the first thing you're going to want to do is click on the sign up button. And signing up is super easy. It's free. It takes literally 30 seconds. You put in your name, your email address, you'll choose a password, and then you'll put in your username. And that's why it's keeping my stuff in there for some weird reason. So you'll want to put in your name, your phone number, or your email address. I use my email address. And then your password, and your username. Now, one tip with your username, I recommend that you use your name for your username. So like my username on Twitter is Teresa Swendra. And don't put any spaces, anything in there. So if your name is Tom Joe, just your username is Tom Joe. Like I said, I just spelled mine out, Teresa Swendra. That is my username. You want to make sure that you're using something that is professional and something that's going to build trust with your prospects and with people on Twitter. Excuse me, that's my number one biggest tip. And you want to, if you're going to sign up for Instagram, if you're going to use Instagram and even Facebook, but Twitter and Instagram especially, keep your usernames the same. So on Twitter, my username is Teresa Swendra, and on Instagram, I'm also Teresa Swendra, and it helps when people to come and find you, like your prospects, if you're the same username and it's something simple like your name. One, it looks professional. Two, there's a lot of rapport and a lot of trust that's built right with that in that alone. But it's easy for people to find you and connect with you versus if you have like Pookie Bear or Hot Mama on one and then your name on the other or something else. Just don't. If you want to have a separate one that you use for fun, that's fine. But if you're going to use Twitter to build your business, keep it simple and keep it with your name. So you put in your name, your phone number, or your email address. Like I said, I just use my email address, your password, and then select your username, and then sign up. Excuse me, they'll send you an email to confirm your account, and you're good to go. I mean, literally 30 seconds, and you've signed up for Twitter. Let me log into mine super quick. Once you, hang on just a second. There we go. I don't know why that didn't work. Okay. So once you have signed up for Twitter, the first thing you're going to want to do is go in and complete your profile. And you're going to want to, let's start with adding pictures. That's going to be the first thing you're going to want to do is add pictures. And what I recommend is that you use some of the same pictures that you have on your other social networking. So let me jump over here into my Facebook, for example. You'll see my background picture on Facebook is a picture of me with my kids, and my profile picture is a professional headshot of myself. Jumping back over here to Twitter, I use the same thing. I just zoomed out a little bit on my headshot, and that's fine, but it's still me, same pictures. Again, it goes back to keeping it simple with your username. People can find you, and it just builds a lot of trust. When everything is the same, there's a rapport that's built there and trust that's built there. So go ahead and add your pictures. And it's super easy to add your pictures or change your pictures. And then in your profile, it's going to show you your username, and it's going to show you what your Twitter username is. And it's going to be the @ symbol and then your Twitter name. And then you're going to want to put in something short and simple about yourself. I have building relationships and helping others, consultant, trainer, manager, love people. You can also put something in there about being a work-from-home mom, and you can change this to at any time. So if I wanted to change this, I can say work-at-home mom, love connecting with others. You want to just keep it short, keep it simple, keep it something that people are going to want to connect with you because it's what they're going to see. And I'm going to show you more about what I'm talking about on how to do a search for work-at-home moms or a search for entrepreneurs. That could come up, and your profile could come up, and people are going to see this blurb right here. So you want to make sure that it's something people are going to go, oh, yeah, that looks like someone I want to connect with, and then they'll follow you. And so you make sure you have something in there that's professional about yourself. Make sure your location is right. That's very important. And then make sure that your website is in there. Put your birthday in there if you want to. That's completely up to you, the information that you share in your profile. If you want, you can change the color. There's a lot of different fun things that you can do to make it your favorite color, or just leave it. It's entirely up to you, but have some fun with it. And then once you are ready to go, then just go ahead and save the changes. I don't know if I really like that. Purple is my favorite color, but I just don't know if I like that. That's better. I just want to make sure people can read it, people can see it. So once you've gone through and you have your pictures in your profile and you have your profile all set up, then you can pretty much go ahead and start using Twitter. It's super simple as far as getting it set up, but using it is where it can be a little more advanced and it can be a little confusing. But you want to make sure that you are branding yourself, and branding yourself is using your name as your username, and then completing your profile, making sure that you have your location, your website, and your bio. And that's going to be this right here: location, your bio, and then your website. Those three things are the most important things you want to make sure that you have in your profile. Excuse me. And then what we can do is, let me jump up here and I'll show you how to find people so you can start. Actually, there's a couple of ways you can do it. Let me go to the home page. Okay, so over here where it says who to follow, there's a couple of different options that you can do as far as finding people to follow. There's some, I don't know if these would be like recommended people to follow. You can certainly follow them if you want to. If you click on view all, it just pulls up a bunch of, I think these are like suggestions, kind of like on Facebook where it suggests friends. It's a lot of times what it is it's people that your friends have followed, and so they're just going to pop up. And you're more than welcome to go through, and it's super easy if you decide you want to follow them. And you'll see here what I was talking about with your bio. This is what people are going to see. And so I recommend that you look at these as well and make sure that it's someone that you want to connect with and it's someone that you want to see their stuff. If they have a lot of things that are really negative, or they just don't seem like someone that you would want to follow or connect with or see their stuff, and then don't follow them. Hang on just one. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I can.
I can. Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to jump in real quick and make sure, because I was getting a couple of messages from people that they could not hear me. I just wanted to make sure. Hang on just one second. Okay, apologize for that interruption there. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. I know it's important to be able to hear me as well as see what I'm doing. Okay, so I was talking about finding other people to follow. Like I said, you can click on the the suggestions on who to follow and go through it and look to see if it's someone that you would be interested in connecting with. Let me see if I can find one real quick here to give you an example. See, if they have something like here, like having fun, follow me, there's not a lot of information there. So you really got to use your judgment. Here, she's a mom of 5. She works full-time. She loves music, swimming, riding, long walks. She might be someone that, another mom. She has some kids. It sounds like, she works. Maybe she does some things from home. So she might be someone that would be, someone I would want to see her stuff and follow her. So I'm going to click on follow, and I've started following her. Now, one nice thing about this is when you start following people, they're going to get notifications that you're following them, and a lot of times they're going to follow you back. Excuse me. And so just go through and, look and see if there's anyone. Happy married mother of 2, working from home. I'll go ahead and follow her. Now, another thing you can do is you can click here where it says find people that you know, and you can import your address books. If you use Yahoo, AOL, Gmail, or Outlook, you can import your address books, and then what it will do is it will import your address books, and it'll automatically just follow the prompts. It'll go through. Let's see if it'll do it here. It just did this, so it may not work again. Let's see what it tells me. Okay, so there's one new person here that it found, and it automatically will pull up everyone in your email account, in your contacts, that is on Twitter. And then if you want, you can follow them, or you can choose not to. It's completely up to you. I'll go ahead and just follow her. And now I followed everybody that's in my address book. Now, another thing that you can do, aside from looking at the suggested people and from importing your contacts in your address book, is you can go up here to this little search box and you can search Twitter for people that are on here, excuse me, that you might have an interest in wanting to follow. So you can put in entrepreneur, for example. And I'm going to do a search for people for everything that has to do with entrepreneur. And it's going to pull up a bunch of different accounts that all have to do with entrepreneur. Now, you can put in entrepreneur, you can put in working from home, you can put in mom, stay-at-home mom, or work-at-home mom. You can put in whatever you'd like in this search bar. It's a lot like this search bar if you're familiar with Facebook. You can do the same thing here on Facebook. You can put in a search for work-at-home mom, stay-at-home mom, entrepreneur, working from home, and it's going to pull up different groups, different people that have that connection to whatever you're putting in your search. It's the same thing, the same concept on Twitter, except for instead of friending them, we're following them. And so here we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to look through, and there may be some that you recognize, like Martha Stewart, Dell Computers, Bill Gates, and you're more than welcome to follow. It's completely up to you. It's your Twitter, so you can follow who you'd like. And I just look through and I read the bios to see if anyone looks interesting, looks like someone I would want to see their stuff. There's one thing that's really important because you are going to see their stuff. Do that one. here and see. One thing too, you want to make sure, like here, this one is all in French. And unless you are fluent speaking French, our business, we can't really do anything over in France, so we can't do anything at all. So you want to make sure it's relevant, of course. Seeing their stuff isn't really going to do you a whole lot of good unless you're fluent in French. A lot of this stuff is really common sense stuff. Just looking here real quick to see if I see anyone else that might be. Mom entrepreneur. Okay. And then, if you want to go through and put in a different one, you can. We can do work from home. And it's going to pull up. And with Twitter, one thing that I forgot to mention, and we're going to talk more about it here in a minute, is there's a lot of use of hashtags on Twitter. Hashtag is the same thing as the pound sign or the number sign. And so you can just put in, work from home, and you can put in hashtag work from home. If you use the hashtags, it's going to give you more results in your search, but it's still, whether you use it or not, it's still going to pull up. Like you saw with when I put in entrepreneur, it still pulled up things that had to do with entrepreneur. Just using the hashtag is going to give you more results in your search. But you can do the same thing. You can go through, if you just leave it here where it says top, it's going to show you, all of the tweets and things that have to do with working from home. And if something looks, interesting, then you can click on them and you can follow them, or you can go to accounts, and it's going to show us everything that has to do with working from home and all of the that might be an interesting one. And just go through and find people that you think that you would want to have an interest in, you'd want to see their stuff. Another thing you can do is you can find your family, you can find your friends. After the training call, what I can do is put a post in our Facebook group, and we can share our Twitter usernames, and we can follow each other. That's a great way to build up some followings. Just connect with other people and let people know that you're on Twitter. And then once you have people that are following you, then you can start doing your tweets. And a tweet is basically just a short status, just like on Facebook. So like, for example, my Facebook profile, my status this morning was wishing my son a happy birthday. He's 9 today. So I just put a picture of him and wishing him happy birthday. We can do the same thing on Twitter. So we'll just click on, all I did was I just clicked over here on tweet. And that's what it's called on Twitter. It's called a tweet instead of a status. And just put in what you want. Now, one thing with Twitter, you don't get as much room as you do on Facebook. It does count the characters that you're allowed, and that's okay. So you got to just keep things a little bit shorter. With Twitter, the things I like to share on Twitter, I do like to, of course, I do keep it the same as I do with sharing on Facebook as well as sharing on Instagram. I make sure that I'm sharing about me, that I'm sharing inspirational quotes, inspirational pictures, things like that. But I also do use it for ads for my business as well. So at this one, I again do the same thing that I did here on Facebook, just wishing my son a happy 9th birthday, and then you can add a picture too if you would like. So I can go in here and I can find that picture of him. Or not. Don't know where it happened to it. I saved it to the computer. Try this again. All right, add a picture. There he is. And then we can go ahead and we can tweet it out. And if you want to drive traffic to your website, you can put your website in here. It's completely up to you. I'm just going to leave it with just wishing my son a happy birthday with his picture. And we're going to tweet it. I'm still getting used to that terminology. And there it is showing up. Now, one thing, I'm going to kind of jump around here for just a minute and share something with you. I'm going to click over here on my profile, and I'm going to click on Settings. And then I'm going to click on Apps, and it's going to show you all of the apps that you can connect with. So the first one is Facebook, and I have Twitter connected to my Facebook, and I have it connected to my fan page. So what that means is that every time I am on Twitter and I'm posting pictures, or I'm posting, sharing a quote, or posting an ad or something like that, it goes to my fan page. Okay. It's supposed to go to my fan page. Okay, they're having an error. Gotta love technology. Really do. Let me just go down here. Here, just to show you, it does work. Yesterday I posted a picture on Twitter. This picture, attitude is everything. And I'll show I used the hashtag with my picture, and I have it connected to my fan page, which is not something that you have to do, but it definitely, I like to do it because if you're going to be on social network, you want to keep it simple. And I find that this is the easiest way to keep it simple by making sure your accounts are connected. So, with Twitter, it's connected to my Facebook. With Instagram, it's connected to Facebook and Twitter. And that way, it's a huge time saver. I can come and I can post on Twitter, and it posts to my Facebook. I can post on Instagram, and it posts to Twitter and Facebook. And it keeps me from having to go to all three places or one or the other, depending on how many different social networking platforms you're going to use, because the recommendation is to make sure that you are posting at least 3 to 5 times per day on each platform. So by having your accounts connected, You don't have to go to each different platform multiple times a day and post. You can post on one and it automatically will put it out on the other ones for you. And I'm hoping that that makes sense to each of you. And like I said, that's why I have them connected, because it's a huge time saver. I can send out a tweet and it goes to my Facebook. Same with Instagram. I can add a picture on Instagram and it goes to my Facebook and to my Twitter. And it helps to build each of the platforms at the same time, because you're going to gain new likes to your fan page, but you're also going to gain new followers on Facebook as well. And if you're using Instagram as well, it will help to build up on there too. So all I did, again, was I just clicked on my profile up here. I clicked on the settings. I clicked on the apps. And then we can connect to Facebook. So actually, let me disconnect here and I'll go through and show you exactly how to do it. So you just click on Connect to Facebook. And you'll want to just say that it's okay for Twitter to post on your behalf. And it's only going to share the stuff that you put on your Twitter. And you can have it go to your personal profile if you want, or you can have it go to one of your fan pages. All right, and it looks like they're still having a problem with, oh, here we go. Okay, so I just selected to have it go to my fan page on Facebook. And if you want it to go to your fan page and your personal profile, you can. I recommend one or the other. If you're using a fan page, it's a great way, like I said, to help build that fan page, because each time you're active on Twitter, it will show on your fan page. So another thing that you can do to help to gain exposure and gain more followers is, once you've started following people, you're going to see their stuff. And that's going to be, this is like the news feed on Facebook. You're going to be able to see the tweets and what they're saying, what they're sharing. So you can look through, and like here, this one is a quote. The true value of a human being can be found in the degree to which he has attained liberation from the self. So if you see something that you like, you can do a couple of things. You can click the little star, which is like clicking the like button on Facebook. And that means that you've liked or you've favorited what they shared or their tweets. Another thing that you can do, let me see if I can find another one. That looks good, so I can just do that. And each time that you are liking their stuff, or you're starring their stuff, or favoriting their tweets, they get notifications. So they're going to be able to see, and they're like, oh, who's that? And then they're going to come and follow you. Another thing that you can do, let me see if I can find another one here. Okay, this one right here, nothing is impossible with an open heart. You can click right here on these little arrows, and what this means is you're going to retweet what they shared. So it's just like a share on Facebook. You're just retweeting it. And again, they're going to get notification that you retweeted or you favorited one of their tweets. Another thing that you can do is you can reply. And I just did that by just clicking the little arrow, and it pulls up a little box, and you just say what you want. So I just said, I love it, thank you for sharing. And that goes to her, and she'll see that. So it's just basically, it's a lot like Facebook, but it's a little bit more fast-paced. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and it can be a little confusing. But don't let it be confusing. Of course, if you have questions, ask questions. That's what we're here for. And I think for today, I'm going to just open up the line here in a minute to see if anyone has questions about what we covered today. And then next week we can go into some more advanced things. But I want to keep it simple, and I want you guys to go and set up your Twitter accounts if you haven't already. Let's connect with each other and start following some people and finding some friends and family and prospects, and just get familiar with using Twitter. And then next week we can go into some more advanced stuff and kind of do a refresher. You'll see, Twitter, like I said, it's very fast-paced. Since I put that picture on of Carter wishing him a happy birthday, I've had 23 other people that have tweeted or shared things. Like I said, it's pretty fast. I think it's a little bit more fast-paced than Facebook is, but it's fun. And I don't spend a whole lot of time on Twitter, maybe 20 minutes or so every day, and not that long. Yesterday I spent about maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and I was at 350 followers, and I followed a bunch of people. I liked a bunch of stuff. I retweeted a bunch of stuff, and now I'm up to 386 followers, and that's in less than a day. Twitter, you can build it pretty quickly. You just have to make the commitment to build it. But also it will help to go back to settings and keep them connected. Keep your Facebook and your Twitter connected. You can connect it to Instagram too, but I think you're better off if you're going to use Instagram to have your Instagram connected to your Facebook. And I know that's confusing, and I am putting together a training on Instagram, visual training. That's a little harder because Instagram is an app on the phone, and so I can't just do a screen share and share my phone like I can with my computer. So just, stick with the Twitter stuff for right now. I'm hoping that this wasn't confusing or like, holy cow. Like I said, I know that it is a little bit advanced and it can be a little bit confusing, but let me see if there's any questions about what I did cover today. Hang on just 1 second. I'll open up the line. Before I do that, I want to make sure that it's quiet so that I can hear the questions and get them answered. If you have background noise, hit *6, and that'll mute out your line. That will also unmute you as well. Again, *6 to mute or unmute, and I'll go ahead and open up the line. Give me just a second. Alrighty, does anyone have any questions for me?
Yeah, this is Sylvette in Florida.
Yes, go ahead.
The first one is, if you have like 2 separate careers, like I'm an actress and I'm running this business. So for Twitter, I haven't actually set up anything for either one. Would it be a good idea for me to just set up 2 separate ones since they're so different? Or just have one and have it go to my business account anyway, even though it's related to acting and not necessarily related to the business?
That's a good question. I guess I would. If it were me, I think I would do both, because an actress is part of your lifestyle, and you want to be able to share your lifestyle with your prospects and let them know that they can work this business around whatever they may have going on. So being able to share that you're building a business around being an actress, to me, that would be awesome. So if it was me, I would combine them. But
Okay.
I would keep it simple. So if you think it would be you're better off doing two, then I would do two. But I think it would be awesome to portray that lifestyle that you can build a business around being an actress.
That is a very good point. Thank you. And
You're
my
welcome.
second question is, are we allowed to actually say Ameriplan on Twitter, or do we need to stay away from that?
No, you can. No,
There's
you,
no
you
issue with that?
certainly can.
So we could do
No.
a search for Ameriplan and find other other IBOs that are on there? See what they're doing?
Yeah. Yep, you
Okay,
can just
perfect.
do a search and just do hashtag Ameriplan.
Sweet.
And then do a search for everything that has to do with Ameriplan and pull up a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Oh,
And you can start following that way. You can follow all the Ameriplan stuff.
yeah.
Follow some IBOs, other team members. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff.
Perfect. Oh, thank you so much, Teresa. That was all I had.
You're welcome. Did anyone have any other questions? There's lots of background noise still.
Teresa, this is Patrick.
I
I got a question.
Yes, Patrick.
Yeah, I lost the audio partway through there. Did I lose it on my end, or was it on your end?
I had a couple people that said that they lost audio, and I did open up the line to see if everyone could still hear me, and a lot of people were saying that they could. So I'm not sure what happened there. Excuse me, and I do apologize, and I will double check the recording before I put it out there to make sure that everything is clear and that you can hear everything and that wasn't lost. And
Okay,
if it wasn't,
yeah.
I'll redo the call.
I have to call back in.
I apologize for that.
No problem. Just want to make sure it's just me.
This is so bad. I heard the call all the way through, so at least some of us got the entire thing.
Okay.
Okay.
It's on
Okay.
recorded too, so I can go back and get it that way.
Yep. Was it helpful to have a visual of the Twitter and how to maneuver around and set it up, or is all of your head spinning, or both?
A little of each.
I think it was really helpful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Good.
very helpful, Teresa. I've actually been using Twitter for a while and still picked up quite a few things from today, so thank you.
You're welcome. I've been kind of using it here and there and then really decided to get consistent and start using it every day. And like I showed you, just a little bit I did yesterday, to today. Like I said, I was at, I think, 350 or 355 followers, and now I'm 387. So I've gained another one during this call. You can build it really quickly if you just take the time to, just put a little bit. Like I said, 20 minutes. And the nice part about it, too, I forgot to mention it, is there is an app on your phone. So for those of you that have smartphones or Androids, you can download the Twitter app and keep it mobile. And, that's another thing that I'll do, too, when I've got some downtime. I'll, play around a little bit on Instagram, and then I'll jump over and do a little bit on Twitter. And, like I said, it just, a little bit, but stay consistent. Consistency, you were talking about that at the beginning of the training call. Consistency does pay off. So just, make a commitment to spending a little bit of time with it every day. And, there's so much more that I have to share with you guys and to show you, but I wanted to keep it simple today. And I know your heads are already spinning, so we'll make it a two-part call, and we'll talk about some more stuff next week. Does anyone
that again?
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry, was there somebody new? I've already asked questions. Okay, I'll go ahead. So this is Sylvette again from Florida, and you mentioned that you've also put ads on your Twitter. How has your response been? Have you actually generated leads from that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's really easy to do an ad. Oh, go ahead. Did someone want to jump in? I thought someone was going to jump in there. To do an ad, it's really, the same. You would do the same thing like I did with wishing Carter a happy birthday. And you can either click here in the little box, or you can click up here where it says tweet. And remember, you only have 140 characters, so you've got to keep it simple. But you can do something like work from home, 2 positions, part-time, full-time, training and benefits. And then put in your website. That way you're driving traffic to your website. And then one thing you can do that's super helpful with Twitter is use the hashtag. So you want to do hashtag, and you can do, work at home mom, or hashtag. And as you do the hashtag and you start typing it, it's automatically going to turn it in blue, and that's fine. That's what you want. You can do stay at home mom. And then once you put that out there, the hashtags are important, because when you do a search for work at home mom, I cannot spell apparently.
And you have home in there twice as well for the work at home mom. FYI.
Yep. That's why it looks so funny. There we go. When you put that out there, not only are the people that are following you going to see that, but when they do a search for work at home mom or stay at home mom or entrepreneur, whatever hashtag that you put in your tweet, that's going to pull up. And it's going to help to have more exposure to your tweet or your ad, and it's going to help you to generate more leads.
Cool. I have one more question.
Sure, go ahead.
Semi unrelated, but still kind of with the stay at home mom. I am not a mom, but there's so many mom venues out there. Like, what do you recommend? Just stay away from them, because I don't know what it's like to work from home as a mom, or advertise, the whole stay-at-home mom thing, because it seems like it would generate interest, but then I don't have that connection to the person that I'm talking to. You know what I mean?
You got to connect down.
To just kind of stay away.
Well, I would do whatever you're comfortable with. I think it's really important to find a niche. And find your target market. And maybe because you're not a mom, that might not be the best avenue, but I would still do a little bit, because there are a lot of moms and a lot of moms that want to be a work-at-home mom. So I would really sit down and figure out what you want to be for your target market. And there's so many different avenues out there, and that is the beautiful thing about branding yourself. You're branding yourself, and you're going to you're targeting your target market, your niche.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that makes sense.
It does. Thank you.
Is there any other questions about Twitter,
yes,
or
I have
any
a
other
question.
questions? Go ahead.
Yes, I have okay. If you use Ameriplan as your hashtag, and that follows other team members, but that's not a very good idea. I mean, doesn't that take the business away from you?
Not necessarily, no, because it's important
Because if it follows other team members, then they can, work under them.
That's why you want to make sure that you're branding yourself, and you're putting, you're sharing your, pictures about your pictures and tweets about your lifestyle, about, I like to share a lot of.
You don't want to follow other team members, because they can sign up, for them too.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of team members that I have followed that follow me, and I share a lot of their stuff. I've favored a lot of their stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to make sure that you're connected to other people, but you're branding yourself.
Okay.
It's the same with Facebook, and it's the same with Instagram, the other two platforms that I've mentioned. There again, I have a lot of team members that I'm friends with that follow my fan page on Facebook. A lot of team members that I'm connected with that follow me on Instagram, and that I follow on Instagram. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to make sure that you're connecting with others, and you'd be surprised connecting with others what you're going to learn and what they're going to share with you.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Not at all. Excuse me. Any other questions for me about using Twitter? Or any other questions about building your business? All right. Well, I will let you guys go so that you can get on with the rest of your day. Go set up your Twitter accounts. I'm going to post in the Facebook group here just a few minutes. We can share our Twitter username so we can connect with each other on Twitter. If you have any questions, please let me know. Let your enroller know, or you can post in the Facebook group. We're here. We're more than happy to help you. I hope you enjoyed the call today. Hope you have a fabulous, productive day, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.
Thank you, Ms. Teresa.
Thanks, Teresa.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Okay.